Welcome to Creole and Cajun Living with Bomb Cherry. In this video, I will be showing you how to make this toddler's reversible bucket hat. I created this hat to match a pair of shorts and a pair of pants that I've done here on YouTube in previous videos. Items needed will be your sewing machine, pattern pieces. You're going to need 2 types of fabric with matching thread. You're also going to need interfacing depending on the type of fabric that you're using. You're also going to need your pins or clips, marking tools, and your scissors. So let's get started. So here I am going to trace out my pattern pieces and cut them out. I'm using pins to ensure that my fabric doesn't shift while marking and cutting, especially since I'm dealing with a plaid type of material. I do want everything to be as straight as possible. Okay, so here are all my pattern pieces. I'm going to start off with the band piece. I want right sides together, and I'm going to take it to my machine and sew here and here. Okay, so here I'm going to connect the crown to the band. Now I found an easy way of doing it by simply folding the crown in halves and placing a pin in the center. Okay, so at this point, I'm going to fold the band in half, and I'm going to place a pin on both sides. Now what this does is it helps me to align the crown to the band a little easier. As you can see, I place a pin that's on the band to a pin that's on the crown. I remove the pin and replace a pin in that area, attaching the two together. This helps me to attach the 2 pieces together evenly. Now what I'm going to do is just add some more pins in between the pins that I've already added to kind of attach it better. Okay, so now here I am at the sewing machine, and I'm simply going to just sew around in a circle and attach these two pieces together. Okay, so now I'm going to deal with the brim of the hat. I'm going to place my right sides together and straight stitch on each end, and I'm going to do this to both pieces. Okay, so now I'm going to attach the brim to the body of the hat. And as you see, I take the body portion and I turn it upside down. I'm going to take the brim and I'm going to have right sides touching. But I also want to make sure the seams are lined up. The seams of the brim with the seam of the body of the hat. Just to make sure everything kind of lines up real nicely. Okay? And then I'm just going to go around and pin it together. Okay, so now since that is done, I'm going to take it to my machine and I'm going to sew around, attaching the brim to the body of the hat. Okay, so now that that is done, I'm going to take the first portion of the hat and attach it to the second portion of the hat. And I'm going to do that by having right sides together. I want to line up the end seams together on both hats. And then I'm going to simply pin them together. So while pinning this together, I'm going to leave a small opening so I can turn the hat once it's all sewn together. Taking it to the machine, and we're just going to stitch around. So here I'm just doing some cleanup, taking away the straight threads and taking away some of that bulkiness from the seam allowance. So here I'm going to flip the hat inside out. Once it's inside out, I'm going to line it well with one another. Make sure that one portion of the hat is on one side and the other portion of the hat is on the inside. And then I'm basically going to just top stitch while making sure to close that opening. Okay, so due to my iPad dying in the middle of me recording, I lost the clips of me finishing off this hat. So here is a small clip of what I had to do. I sewed the top stitch and then I proceeded to sew a few lines on the brim as well. And here is the end result. If you ended up watching most of this video, make sure to take the time to hit the thumbs up. If you found it useful, share it with your family and friends. And don't forget to subscribe.